Just to introduce myself, I am Chase Martin with Alden Homes. I'm the construction manager for Alden Homes, and I just figured I would give you guys a little short video just showing you some of the stuff that's behind the walls in our homes that you can't see once they're completed, but things we do for our Energy Star rated homes that are a little different than some other homes you may have seen, or for those of you that don't know some of the things that you can do to get Energy Star rated inside your homes. So hope you enjoy. So for starters, as I have shown before, we use blown insulation in our exterior walls. This allows you to achieve an R23 in the exterior walls versus like an R21 is what you'll typically see. So you can see a little residual here of the bibs or the netting that's put on everything beforehand, and then they've got a little opening right here where they actually put the hose in and blow the insulation in these wall cavities, these stud cavities. The other thing is it's a lot easier to get it around outlet boxes, around wires, or anything else that's in the wall, whereas with a bat you're trying to kind of separate, or it gets tucked, or it's compacted. So it does a nicer job in the outside walls. The other thing you'll notice is up on our top plates, especially where it's going to an attic, we use it's like a foam product, goes on with like a foam gun, but it is called a drywall gasket. So it stays, like it dries, but then it stays in a pliable state that compresses. So when the drywall goes up there and gets pushed tight to that, that makes an airtight seal so that any air leaking through, say, outlets or getting into the wall cavity or under the baseboard is not leaking and pulling air from your attic. So we do that kind of all around the perimeter of the house to keep it more airtight. Here we're looking down from the loft. You can see the blown insulation, all the exterior walls. Obviously the vault ceiling here that we can't get to later is batted with insulation, but while we're up here you can kind of get a little better, closer look at this drywall gasket, and you can see it doesn't stick your finger, but it becomes like a gasket that will compress once the drywall pushes against it, and that way we are not leaking and pulling air from the attic. We do all of our pocket doors in 2x6 walls. That way we can use 2x4 studs versus the smaller studs that come in the pre-assembled pocket door frames to give us a little more strength. And we are also using pocket door track up there that is removable. You can see we have the gap here. That track can be slid over and then drop down off of its clips when the house is completed. So if there'd be any issue with the track, it can be removed without taking the wall apart. Or if somebody wanted to add slow close, slow open to that track, that could be done after the home is lived in very easily. So you can see on the back side of the loft that's up there in the trusses or in the roof system, we do put a foam backer board on the back side of the insulation to stop airflow and draft stop in each one of these bays, where this will be blown in after drywall is in place. This section of the roof will get blown insulation. Also with the Energy Star homes, we do high-low returns in each bedroom. Instead of a single return or a central return in the middle of the house, we do high-low returns in all of our bedrooms on an Energy Star house. And for any of you that are not familiar with Superior Walls, these are the precast basement walls that they come out and they set on site. So they do have the studs already incorporated into the wall. You got these metal studs, so when you go to finish the basement, you do not have to try and put a moisture barrier and frame a 2x4 wall or a 2x6 wall inside of the basement walls and lose all that space. They do have holes inside these panels here that go through for wires and stuff like that that can be ran, and they have a foam already incorporated in the wall for R value here. On a daylight basement, you're going to want to add on the finished side here, we have some extra insulation bats on the inside to up that R value. But you do not have to worry about doing anything to the exterior of the walls to prevent moisture intrusion. And they're basically ready to stud out. They come, set all the walls, and typically on your average home, they'll set them all in one day. And you've got a nice, dry, finished basement basically in one day. You can see this side of the basement is finished. So we have it bats installed, and we are ready for drywall down here. Hopefully this tour was not too boring for you. See a little bit of what's behind the walls in an Alden home that you can't really see when you're just looking through a model or a finished home, things that you don't see but help it perform better in the end for the homeowner. And look at this beautiful view out the back. It's going to be a really nice house, really nice setting.